Our rolling coverage of the passing of Mama Winnie Madikizela-Mandela.
And right now, let's then take you live back to Soweto. That's where our reporter Aldrin Sampear is standing by, and we'll be chatting to the Gauteng Premier David Makhura. To you, Sampear, Aldrin.
Well, yes, we are standing here outside Mam Winnie Madikizela-Mandela's house, and as the President has said that the struggle songs that are echoing outside our house may be struggle songs that will continue to echo for the next 12 days until the 14th of April, when her funeral will be taking place. Of course, as the President has indicated, he said that a giant tree has fallen, and that giant tree being Mam Winnie Madikizela-Mandela. The man who was standing next to the President as he was making that speech after meeting with the family here inside the house is the Premier of Gauteng, Premier David Makhura. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I guess we start off by saying condolences.
Yes, certainly our country today is mourning the passing on of a great fighter, and it is something felt throughout the country, regardless of party political affiliation, and indeed in different parts of the world.
Certainly something that's reverberating across the country, even from international platforms as well, as condolences have been pouring in.
Yes, of course it is a very sad day. I saw Mama Winnie Mandela on the 22nd of February, of March. I came here to present to her a special award which we gave to her as a lifetime achiever. We awarded her this award on the International Women's Day as a recognition of her singular contribution to the struggle for freedom in our country, and indeed the struggle for women's emancipation. She was very grateful, as always. She said she's receiving that award on behalf of many women. She went through a list of many women freedom fighters who are no longer around, and she said she will carry this message on their behalf, that the work that they did is something that South Africans appreciate deeply. Little did I know on the 22nd of March that she will not be with us. She looked, as usual, serenely beautiful. She was full of life that day, full of many jokes. But that's Winnie Mandela, a great fighter for freedom. And one of the important things I would like to remember her for is, if ever there is someone, there was someone who truly spoke truth to power, it was Winnie Mandela. Before this phrase was popular in South Africa, she spoke truth to power under apartheid. She continued up to now to speak truth to power, even in the ANC. If you crossed her path, if you were on the wrong side of what she thought are ANC values, she certainly was fearless. She could call anyone, even those of us in government. If she saw something happening elsewhere, she would easily call me here. And I knew she did that with everybody without exception. If she thought someone needed to be spoken to directly, she sent no one. She herself would call you and say, when can you make time to come and see me? So she truly spoke truth to power. She was fearless, she was courageous in every sense of the word. Sometimes we use this phrase, speaking truth to power, very easily. Winnie Madikizela-Mandela spoke truth to power from the beginning to the end.
The President also saying that as the President of the ANC, we know that the movement will remember her fondly. And you, of course, have had numerous meetings with her, including with the chairperson of this region here in Johannesburg. And what are some of the messages that she gave to the party, especially after the 2016 elections?
Well, one of the things about her is that she couldn't buy your face. She told us that things are wrong long in the ANC, you can't expect the people to vote for the ANC. She told us very simply that until you fix the ANC and people can see that the ANC is something they recognize, that this ANC is living up to their expectations. She told us point blank that until the ANC is fixed, people will not support the ANC. And she pointed out those things that needed to be fixed. And she told everybody, she told our national leadership, she told everybody to say that there are things that needed to be fixed. I think one of the important things also that I deeply respect Mama Winnie Mandela for is that she had this unbreakable bond with the ordinary men and women of our country, whether they were in the informal settlements or in the townships or in the rural areas. She was one person when people would be very angry in any part of this province who would say, I want to go and talk to the people there and understand what their issues are. And they would definitely listen to her. So she had deep roots amongst the masses of our people. That's why they loved her dearly. She had no pretense. She spoke their language. She echoed their fears and their aspirations. So for all these years, that's why people are mourning her passing today in every part, I would say in every part of the country. But I know here in Gauteng, every part of our province, in the townships, in the informal settlements, people are in deep mourning.
Premier, she's also raised some issues that she was not happy with in terms of the governing party and some promises that have been made. I wonder now, on the 2nd of April 2018, what commitment can you give the people of Gauteng and probably the people of this nation as well, that the ANC, the governing party, will heed the calls that have been coming from Mam Winnie Madikizela-Mandel?
I think when we were here with the president during the registration weekend, followed by the meeting on the 22nd, she was very pleased that she can see the ANC is taking steps to correct itself. I want to say that. She could identify several things. She was saying, this is the ANC that I identify with. She was very pleased that we are very committed to dealing with the issues of corruption. But indeed, the issues that affect many communities, the issues of service delivery, the issues of economic transformation, where she was very pleased that we are dealing with the land question. And she was saying that, you know what, she wants to oversee that there's significant progress. She was also very pleased that we are dealing with the fundamental question of educating our youth. This free higher education is something she was very proud of, that policy position of the ANC. So I think the key task for those of us who are remaining is that we carry the burden of having to follow through on these major decisions, to implement, to make life better for our people, regardless of where they are located, regardless of their background. And that's the single most important monument we can erect for Winnie Mandela. The most important statue we can erect for Winnie Mandela is not something that's standing out there, but it is improving the quality of life of the people that she cared about, the people that she worried about, and that's the poor and working class in this province and across the country.
Okay, Premier, thank you so much for your time, and indeed we say again, condolences to the ANC and condolences to the nation.
Yes, indeed, a big tree has fallen.
Well, indeed, a big tree has fallen. Well, let's try and bring in what the musical icons will have to say about Winnie Madikizela-Mandela. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. But certainly we meet on a day where the country